They say success is a mystery reserved for a lucky few. But what if success is not magic? What if it rests on three simple pillars that anyone can build? This story reveals the lesson that transforms everything. Ethan was not lazy, but he was tired. Tired of starting things and never finishing. Tired of dreaming without moving forward. One evening, sitting alone, he whispered a simple question. Why do some people succeed while others stay stuck? That night, he met an old mentor who smiled and said, "Success stands on three pillars. Remove one and everything collapses." Ethan leaned forward. His life was about to change. The mentor drew a small line on the ground. "This," he said, "is where most people fail." Ethan listened closely. "The first pillar of success is clarity," the mentor explained. "People don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they don't know exactly what they want." Ethan realized something painful. He had goals, but they were vague. Dreams without direction. Without clarity, the mentor continued, effort is wasted and motivation disappears. For the first time, Ethan understood. Success begins with a clear decision. The mentor picked up a stone and placed it firmly on the ground. "The second pillar is discipline," he said calmly. "Clarity shows the path, but discipline makes you walk it." Ethan thought about all the days he felt motivated and all the days he quit when it became hard. "Motivation comes and goes," the mentor continued, "but discipline stays, even when you don't feel like moving." Ethan understood something powerful. Success is not built on feelings, but on small actions repeated every day. The stone did not move. Neither would Ethan anymore. The mentor looked at Ethan with calm eyes. "The third pillar is patience," he said softly. "Most people quit not because they fail, but because success takes longer than they expect." Ethan felt those words deeply. He had always rushed results. He wanted change overnight. Clarity gives direction. Discipline creates action, but patience allows growth. For the first time, Ethan stopped chasing quick wins. He chose to trust the process. And in that moment, the three pillars finally stood together. The next morning, Ethan woke up earlier than usual. Not motivated, not excited, just committed. He wrote one clear goal on a piece of paper. No big promises, no pressure. Just one small action for the day. He worked in silence. No shortcuts, no complaints. At night, Ethan smiled. Nothing spectacular had changed, but for the first time, he had kept his word to himself. And that changed everything. A few days later, Ethan felt tired again. The excitement was gone. Doubt slowly returned. He remembered the mentor's words. Discipline works when motivation fails. So Ethan kept going. Slowly, imperfectly, but consistently. That day, he understood a powerful truth. Success is built on days that feel ordinary, not on days that feel inspired. And Ethan did not stop. Weeks passed, nothing dramatic happened, but something invisible was growing. Ethan noticed he no longer argued with himself. He no longer waited to feel ready. He showed up every day. The mentor's voice echoed in his mind. Consistency turns effort into results. Ethan finally understood. Small steps, repeated daily, are stronger than big plans never started. And the foundation became solid. Ethan didn't notice the change at first. No applause, no recognition. But his habits were different. His focus was sharper. His excuses were fewer. People around him saw discipline, but inside, Ethan felt something deeper. Confidence. Not loud confidence, the calm kind that comes from keeping promises to yourself. And quietly, his life was moving forward. One day, Ethan faced a setback. Something he worked for didn't work out. The old Ethan would have quit. But this time, he paused. he remembered the third pillar, patience. Instead of reacting, he reflected. Instead of quitting, he adjusted. That moment taught him a hard truth. Progress is not a straight line, and patience kept him standing. Ethan stopped chasing quick results. He focused on becoming better, not faster. No one noticed his progress, and that was fine. He understood something rare. Real growth is silent. It doesn't announce itself. Day by day, the three pillars were no longer ideas. They were habits. And Ethan was no longer the same person. One evening, doubt knocked again. It asked the same old questions. Is this really working? Ethan smiled. He looked at his routines, at his consistency, at the person he had become. He understood something powerful. Doubt loses its strength when action becomes a habit. And this time, he didn't listen to it. One day, something changed. Not suddenly, but clearly. Ethan saw progress where there was none before. Opportunities started to open. People began to trust him. It wasn't luck. It wasn't talent. It was the result of clarity, discipline, and patience working together. Ethan smiled again. This time, he knew why. Ethan realized something important. Success was not just about results. It was about who he became in the process. He was calmer, more focused, more patient. The three pillars had changed his life, not by giving him everything he wanted, but by shaping the man he needed to be. And that was real success. Ethan met someone who felt lost, just like he once was. He didn't give advice. He shared his experience. Get clear, he said. Stay disciplined. Be patient. Nothing more, nothing less. Ethan understood now. True success is not only achieved, it is passed on. Ethan never became famous overnight, but he became unshakable. When life tested him, the pillars held. Clarity guided his choices. Discipline carried him through hard days. Patience protected his faith in the process. And the lesson was simple. Success is not a secret. It is a structure. Build the three pillars, and everything changes.